So this is actually a different cup of coffee than the one you just saw brewed in that opening sequence. I had this whole plan to film this opening slow-mo segment and then have this talking head intro sequence where I was gonna talk about what I was gonna do in the vlog today. But it is now 5 hours after I filmed that opening sequence, that whole slow motion segment. And I'm now here in my office. I have family in town and they're staying in my home office where I would normally shoot these things, and my kids were awake and blah, blah, blah. Life just got a little crazy this morning. And I'm actually glad that it happened that way. I uploaded a video yesterday after weeks of false starts and videos that I'd started with the intent of uploading later that day or the next day. But I would film in the morning and then I wouldn't get anything out in the afternoon. And by evening, I was scrounging together footage, trying to make some sort of a vlog that made sense. And I would just end up ultimately scrapping it at the end of the day and hopefully trying to do better the next day. And it was just this cycle of false starts and start-stops where nothing was getting done and no content was getting pushed out. So to upload that video yesterday was refreshing and motivating and inspiring and all of those things. And it's pushing me to hopefully continue making more content. And so here I am today, 5 hours after an intro was shot, continuing today's vlog. A little pat on the back for old Felix there. But I was thinking about what to do today, thinking about how I was gonna continue to create videos on a hopefully daily basis. And right along those lines, I'm also trying to post things to Instagram a little more frequently. Again, hopefully daily, gonna just try my best to prioritize those things. And I thought I would give you a little insight on how I produce some of those photos. I've linked my Instagram in the description below if you're not already following, or if you haven't seen it in my photography, you can do so in the old description. But I thought I would go to Instagram and find a picture that I like and try and replicate it and then just walk you through my process. And it works out great because we're in the studio and I can show you everything that I do to hopefully try and get as close as I can to the image that we pick. So the biggest problem I have is the time that I actually have to shoot, that I'm able to shoot, is in the middle of the day and the sun's just super high in the sky and you just get nothing but those ugly shadows. So we're gonna have to do something studio driven today. There's so many talented photographers on Instagram. Ooh, this one looks cool. All right, this guy's name is Frankie Johansson. It's probably Johansson. It says it was taken in Helsinki and the guy's from Berlin, I think. Anyways, this picture looks great. I think I'm gonna try this one. So this looks like a fairly straightforward photograph. I have the light gray backdrop set, but this photo looks like they might be using a black or maybe a dark blue. I don't have a dark blue, so we're gonna go with the black. And it looks like there's just a single light above his head, no rim light hitting his shoulders or his hair, and it doesn't even look like there's a backlight hitting the backdrop. So single overhead light. He does have a hat on, but it's kind of pushed back on his head, so it's not casting any shadows or anything. I'm gonna keep my hat on because I don't really take my hat off. So we're gonna give this a go. I'm gonna set this up and I'm gonna show you kind of the tools that I'm using and hopefully try and replicate it. I don't have an amazing beard like he does. I can't grow a beard, but we're gonna give it a shot. The photo, not the growing the beard thing, because this is never gonna happen. Okay, let's get set up. Okay, I got my shirt all changed. I had to change a couple things on the setup. I ended up going with the gray background instead of the black. The black just ended up falling off too much in the background, so I pulled the dark gray back out. I am foregoing the big light, the big grid Westcott softbox, and I'm going with an LED with a DIY diffusion because I don't have any diffusion soft enough for that LED. So there it is, a little bit of a peek into the process that I use to dissect photos and try and get into the head of the photographer who took the shots. You can really learn a lot from just trying to reverse engineer a photo that you like, that you find online, and just trying to figure out what time of day it was, or where the lights were, or what it was that makes that photo look the way it does. I didn't go too far into talking about the actual editing process. I can do a whole nother video on that if you're interested, but I will say one of the things that I focus on is trying to figure out what the shadows are doing in the picture that I like, and the contrast between the skin tones in the background. So the big thing that I really wanted to talk about today was just the process of making stuff every single day, flexing those creative muscles every day. So whether you draw or you paint or sculpt or make videos or write music or blog or any of those things that require those creative muscles, I think it's important that you flex those every single day. But I think more importantly, I think putting that content out for people to see is equally important. I know it can be a little scary sometimes to put work in front of people that you feel isn't good or you feel could be better. But by putting the work out there, it forces us to do better tomorrow or the next day. And we learn from those things. We learn from that process of creating and sharing and gathering feedback from people. And so that brings me to my next point. I'm starting a network of individuals, creative folks like myself, like you, and whomever, called the Content Creator Collective. It's for people who do anything creative under the sun and just want that network and that community of people to bounce ideas off of, people to give feedback on photography and on videos and the thing that makes a community a community. So there's a link below to the Discord. If you're interested, come hang out, come say hi. Right now it's just me, but I invite you to come and be a part of this community that we can hopefully build together.